Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Tuesday, February 5. The rehabilitated New Market Road in northwest St. Elizabeth is now open. $320 million was spent on the rehabilitation of 12 kilometers of roadway between Middle Quarters and New Market. It is expected to reduce travel time between St. Elizabeth and Montego Bay by at least 1 hour. Transport Minister Robert Montego has urged the citizens to maintain the condition of the road.
The road has to be maintained by the government and the people, because it is the government and the people that is going to use the road. And therefore, it is your responsibility as a Jamaican. Because if every day we have to come back and spend money on this road, we won't have no money to spend on any other road.
The minister says other roads in the parish will be repaired in the coming months. There are also plans to rebuild a tank at Louisville in the parish to produce water for community members. Sport Minister Olivia Grange has committed $7.2 million in grant support for the country's 12 Premier League clubs. The funds will come from the Sports Development Foundation. Minister Grange says the cries of financial hardship by the clubs have not gone unnoticed by her ministry.
So I'm making available to each club $150,000 for the period from January to April. There are 12 clubs, and so each club would receive $600,000, which will help to cover the shortfall that the PLCA had in providing the subvention to the clubs. I've also decided to give the PLCA an additional $150,000 per month, which again will be a total of $600,000 to assist with the administrative work.
The Ministry of Health is reiterating its call for persons to take precautionary measures against contracting the dengue virus, which is spread by the Aedes aegypti mosquito. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Jacqueline Bisesa McKenzie says there are 4 strains of the dengue virus, and even if you have contracted one of the strains, you are still able to get the others. She stresses that there is no cure for dengue.
Once you get dengue, the severity of the illness we cannot predict. The course of the illness we cannot stop. We can only monitor and treat what we see happening. We have to wait out the course of the illness.
The CMO was speaking on JIS's Get the Facts program, where she urged persons to destroy mosquito breeding sites. Still on health, residents of Magotty and surrounding communities in St. Elizabeth will benefit from the opening of an eye clinic and training center. It is located at the Holy Spirit Catholic Church. Member of Parliament for Southwest St. Elizabeth, Floyd Green, says this is a step in the right direction and signifies the power of partnership in the development of the nation.
A lot of our residents are unable to afford the services. And especially in rural Jamaica, not only are we unable to afford it oftentimes, we're unable to access the service. So this project, which brings accessibility and removes the cost factor, is something to be applauded.
The eye clinic and training center were constructed with the assistance of the Diocese of Poland and Food for the Poor. The eye clinic complements a health center that has been in operation at the Holy Spirit Church for 8 years. The training center, which boasts 3 classrooms and an auditorium, will serve the Magotty community in the areas of skills training and literacy development. A taxi operator registry is being developed to act as a reference point for persons who employ taxi operators. The registry will provide information on the driver as well as his or her driving and employment history. The Transport Authority is collaborating with several taxi associations and insurance companies to create the database. Portfolio Minister Robert Montego says the registry will contain data collected by each entity.
We are gathering the information as to the amount of accidents, the amount of points, their driving experience, the experience that the employer would have had with them. So when they turn up to another person, the person would call Transport Authority to say, can you give me a background on this particular driver? Their driving history, their accident history, etc., etc.
Minister Montego was speaking with members of the Transport Operators Development Sustainable Services during a meeting at his office last Thursday. And finally, the University of the West Indies, UWI, will be hosting its Research Day from February 6 to 8 on the Mona campus. The event will feature displays on mosquito resistance to magnesium, cannabis for medicinal products, as well as mammogram and breast cancer. There will also be a lecture discussion on Vision 2030, the country's first long-term development plan which connects economic, social, and governance issues.
We're looking at how academia is going to take that step to advance the Jamaica we want by 2030, and we need to showcase the interlinkages a bit more. So here we are partnering with the university. We are very happy to be doing so because it really gives us the opportunity to bring Vision 2030 Jamaica alive to the thousands of students we have on campus.
The program director of the Vision 2030 Jamaica National Development Plan was speaking at a JIS think tank recently. The 20th staging of UWI Research Day will be held under the theme Driving Research for Social and Economic Development. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.